Welcome to Levy Stories, where real-life stories come to life. If you're fascinated by true, emotional, and surprising stories, make sure to hit like and subscribe. Your support motivates me to keep sharing these unforgettable stories with you. Now, let's dive into today's story. Greetings, dear friends. I am Isabella, a Virginia native, where the charm of tree-lined streets and elegant homes whispers secrets of romance and allure. There, I cherished the tender moments of my childhood alongside my parents. My mother was a tender spirit, her warm smile greeting me each morning as she lovingly crafted breakfast, her heart entwined with the charm of our cherished little kitchen until the stars began to twinkle in the night sky. My father, a man of quiet strength and unwavering duty, devoted himself tirelessly to nurturing our family. Our abode was modest and unassuming, yet it overflowed with an undeniable warmth and affection. Every detail in my recollection seemed exquisite. Or so I believed. Do indulge in subscribing to my channel, allowing me to weave more captivating true tales for your delight. Make sure to watch this video through to the end, as the story it tells will undoubtedly captivate your heart and imagination. However, my universe abruptly unraveled at the tender age of 15. My mother departed this world after a fleeting and unforeseen illness, so swiftly that I found myself lost in a haze of disbelief. The sensation of void deepened as I observed my father, a solitary figure, in a home that once resonated with joyous laughter. We remained under the same roof, yet the essence of our once united family had faded into something unrecognizable. Each morning, I ventured to school, and each night, I returned home, carrying the whispers of the day with me. The kitchen remained unchanged, filled with the aroma of familiar, simple meals. Yet the absence of my mother cast a shadow over the warmth that once enveloped it. Each meal was an intimate affair for just two, yet the chasm between my father and me seemed to stretch far beyond the confines of our home. Upon reaching the age of 18, my father embarked on a new chapter by marrying again. It was a delightful surprise, even though I secretly understood that he was worthy of finding joy once more. His new wife, my stepmother, possessed a grace and warmth that captivated all who crossed her path. She arrived with a charming young son, Ben, who was just a year my junior. At first, it felt strange, as if someone had once again elegantly thrown my world into chaos. The tranquility of my former life had slipped away, replaced by a thrilling uncertainty. At first, I found myself in a delicate dance, navigating the complexities of forging a bond with my new, younger brother. Though he had never crossed any boundaries, his quiet demeanor mirrored my own as we both navigated the delicate dance of our new circumstances. Every member of the family would gather in the living room's cozy embrace as dusk fell. My father and stepmother would share intimate conversations about their careers and dreams, while Ben and I exchanged knowing glances, leaving me to shyly avert my gaze. Family meals transformed into enchanting moments, allowing us to explore the depths of one another's souls. In an unexpected manner, Ben frequently offered me food, a seemingly simple gesture that carried a weight of meaning. He often remained silent, his words few, yet there were moments when his gaze would linger, a touch too intimate for mere chance. I found myself pondering whether I was being overly sensitive or if it was merely the tender affection of a younger brother for his newly acquired older sister. Despite our intentions to be purely sisterly, an undeniable tension lingered between us. Unspoken feelings that had become far more intricate. There were moments throughout the day when his mere presence sent my heart racing, and I found myself both enchanted and vexed by that feeling. I found myself grappling with the unsettling realization that my feelings for him had begun to transcend the boundaries of sibling affection. One enchanting evening, I caught the sound of delicate footsteps echoing softly in the hallway. Ben glided into my room, as he was wont to do, and we exchanged whispers that danced on the edge of intimacy before he retreated to his sanctuary. Yet this time, he lingered a moment longer, his gaze entwined with mine, as if he yearned to share a secret unspoken. I stood at a delightful intersection, unsure of my next move. The air between us was laden with an intoxicating tension. The silence lingered, and before I could fully contemplate my decision, I offered a subtle nod, beckoning him to remain just a while longer. We lingered in the shadows, two souls entwined in an unspoken intimacy. To be candid, I found myself growing closer to Ben, not as a romantic interest, but as someone who shared in the pain and loss we had both experienced. Not in a romantic sense, but in a way that reminded me of the bond we shared as siblings, both of us navigating life after loss. At times, I found myself pondering whether guilt should weigh upon my heart. given our shared name. Yet such musings were ephemeral, easily overshadowed by the rationality that accompanied our lives entwined beneath one roof. We found ourselves in separate yet nearby chambers on the second floor, while my father and stepmother resided on the first floor below. This arrangement occasionally gave rise to rather delicate situations. Ben and I found ourselves at a crucial juncture, with every moment brimming with unexplored possibilities. I found myself a college freshman, while he was a senior in high school, lost in the whirlwind of exam preparations. As we navigated the delicate dance of our new existence, an undeniable tension lingered in the air, electrifying every glance and whisper. On those hushed evenings following school, we would nestle together on the sofa in the living room, the soft glow of the TV casting a warm light over our unspoken thoughts as we navigated the delicate dance of conversation. The emotions we shared danced in a realm of ambiguity. Far from the ordinary bonds of siblings, I discovered that my feelings for him ran deeper than mere familial affection. This revelation left me in a delightful haze, yet I couldn't ignore the way my heart quickened at the mere sight of Ben. It was a serene evening, much like any other, when I sensed that this night would unfold in a most unexpected manner. With my parents away on a 5-day escapade, Ben and I found ourselves alone in the house, the air thick with unspoken possibilities. At first, we imagined it would be an opportunity to indulge in a little freedom, far from the watchful eyes of authority. That evening, we found ourselves in the living room, indulging in a film that held little allure for either of us, simply passing the time in each other's company. I had arranged a delightful assortment of treats, featuring dried squid, luscious fruits, and a selection of sparkling sodas to indulge in after a whirlwind week. The film commenced with an air of innocence, subtly hinting at the allure that lay beneath the surface. We conversed lightly, our laughter dancing through the quiet of the house, when suddenly an unexpected tableau unfolded, revealing a couple entwined in a fervent embrace. For reasons shrouded in mystery, we found ourselves enveloped in silence. The laughter dwindled, leaving the air heavy with the weight of unvoiced desires. As I sat there, the warmth of Ben's gaze enveloped me, sending a delightful shiver through my body. I clutched my soda can, seeking solace for my fluttering nerves. In a vulnerable moment, Ben offered me a comforting hug, reminding me that we were in this together. His movements were bold, surprising, and completely enchanting. His presence was a comfort, as if he understood the weight of the grief I carried. We shared a bond that grew stronger as we leaned on each other, now unleashed in a passionate embrace. I found myself utterly unable to resist. My heart fluttered in a tempest of emotions, yet my body betrayed me with a calm grace. We had ventured into a realm of understanding, where we both began to heal from the pain of our shared loss. In that moment, within the shadows of the serene room, the night shifted from an ordinary evening into an enchanting affair. Filled with unspoken possibilities, it signified a pivotal moment, a transformation that would reshape everything. Throughout that enchanting night, Ben and I became a source of support for one another, helping each other through the challenges of adjusting to our new family dynamic. Our words were few, yet each one flowed effortlessly, a culmination of desires long held in silence. Our once cherished intimacy gave way to passions that danced just beyond our reach. The memory of that morning lingers, as soft rays of sunlight warmed the room, reminding me of how far we had come since our lives had changed. Beside Ben, I discovered my peaceful haven for sleep. All that surrounded me remained as it always had. The room was hushed, the light enveloping me in warmth. Yet a tantalizing change had stirred deep within my soul. Our words were few, yet each glance we shared whispered secrets of a deeper connection, an unspoken understanding that lingered in the air between us. Our lives would be forever transformed. In the days that followed, my father and stepmother embarked on their adventures, leaving us to savor the intoxicating moments of our time together. The air was thick with an intoxicating ease, a delightful entanglement that danced between familiarity and intrigue. We existed like a passionate pair, entwined in our world, blissfully unaware of the prying gazes around us. Meals evolved from mere family gatherings into exquisite moments shared exclusively between Ben and me. Each evening, we shared quiet conversations, bonding over films and becoming more comfortable with the new normal of our lives. In that moment, I surrendered to the allure of fantasy, blissfully overlooking the truth that Ben and I were merely bound by blood, not by the heart. We thrived as a blissful pair, lost in our own enchanting bubble, untouched by the outside world. At last, the moment came when my parents graced us with their presence once more. As she stepped into the house, the world outside faded away, leaving behind an air of familiarity and comfort. Ben and I returned to our familiar dance as siblings, cloaked in the pretense that nothing had transpired, that each stolen moment was but a whisper of a dream long forgotten. While my parents reveled in their tales of adventure, blissfully unaware, Ben and I shared furtive glances, fully cognizant that our little secret was best kept in the shadows. In the months that followed, we cherished our clandestine affair, stealing away to savor stolen moments whenever the opportunity arose. Those secretive nights brimming with desire turned into a delightful habit. In the quiet hours when my parents retired for the night or ventured out, Ben would quietly enter my room, and we would embrace as if the world outside had faded away, leaving only the warmth of our connection. By day, we wore the masks of normalcy, concealing the secrets that danced between us. Family meals resumed with an air of normalcy, yet Ben and I shared only the briefest of glances, laden with unspoken secrets. This clandestine allure left me utterly breathless, yet I found myself unable to resist. The guilt tugged at my heart, yet it lacked the power to compel me to turn away. I persisted in my clandestine existence. Each evening spent with Ben enveloped me in a comfort so profound that I worried I might never find my way out. I came to the realization that I needed to take control of my situation, so I discreetly began taking birth control pills, keeping my secret safe from prying eyes. Though I feared the repercussions of our affair, I found myself irresistibly drawn to it, opting instead to embrace the thrill of control. Approximately a year later, Ben celebrated graduation and embarked on a new adventure in a different city for college. As he departed, a whisper of inevitability brushed against my heart, hinting at the transformation our bond would undergo. Despite my reluctance to acknowledge it, the distance cast a shadow over our once intimate connection, stealing away our clandestine evenings and the soft whispers of shared solitude. The distance between us created a necessary interlude in our romance, yet I frequently found myself yearning for the enchanting moments we once shared. Upon completing my studies, I embarked on a quest for a new and enchanting journey. I submitted my application for a position as an office worker at a digital company, where the allure of innovation and creativity beckons enticingly. The role may not have been remarkable, yet it provided a sense of security, a soothing balm for the emotional tempest I had endured. It was in that moment I encountered him, the enigmatic figure destined to transform my existence eternally. He possessed a flourishing hair salon in the heart of the city, radiating an air of tranquility, self-assurance, and irresistible allure. From our very first encounter, I was captivated by his undeniable strength and the warmth of his kindness. He was a captivating enigma, unlike anyone I had ever encountered. Each tale he recounted, each lingering look he bestowed upon me, enveloped me in a cocoon of safety, a sensation I had desperately craved for so long. Our hearts entwined in an instant. Everything unfolded with an exquisite grace, as though the universe conspired for our paths to intertwine. In no time, we found ourselves entwined in matrimony, embarking on the enchanting family life I had always yearned for. Now, with a child gracing our lives, everything feels beautifully fulfilled, as if we've woven a deeper tapestry of love and connection. My days spent with him and our child allowed me to momentarily escape the haunting echoes of the past, though they would sometimes creep back in during my more vulnerable moments. I have discovered a sanctuary, a gentleman deserving of both affection and admiration. Yet, in the depths of my thoughts, the memories of Ben and those clandestine days remained, stubbornly refusing to vanish completely. I often pondered whether I could ever completely erase the memories that lingered in the shadows of my heart. Yet, at this moment, my heart is bound to a family I must cherish and safeguard above all else. Yet, a whisper of guilt lingers within me, directed towards my husband. He is an extraordinary gentleman, consistently enveloping me in his sincere warmth and tender devotion. Yet, each time I gaze into his eyes, a weight settles in my heart, as if I am concealing a fragment of my past that he rightfully deserves to uncover. I find myself entangled in the dilemma of revealing my history with Ben to him. The thought lingers in the shadows of my mind, a tantalizing dance between the allure of truth and the seductive embrace of secrecy that beckons me to hold on just a little longer. I worry that if I reveal my feelings, He may never gaze upon me with the same enchantment again. All that we have created, this cherished little family, hangs delicately in the balance with my confession. Yet, harboring this secret wraps around me like a silken shroud, a tantalizing weight that lingers with every passing moment. It leaves me with a sense of inadequacy in the face of the love he bestows upon me. Truthfully, I find myself at a loss for what steps to take next. I stand at a captivating intersection, contemplating which enticing route to pursue. Perhaps when you hear my tale, you may find yourself casting judgment upon me for the hearts I have wounded and the choices I once embraced. I implore you to consider what course of action you would choose if you found yourself in my predicament. Would you dare to reveal the truth, mindful that it could tear apart the fragile fabric of your world? Or would you choose to remain silent, letting the shadows of the past rest peacefully in your heart, hoping they never reappear to threaten those you hold dear? I eagerly await your thoughts and musings in the comments below. If you found yourself in my position, what path would you take? Should I unveil my heart and embrace the potential fallout? Or should I shroud this secret to protect the delicate beauty of what I possess? I welcome any counsel, compassion, or even candid critique, for I find myself at a delicate juncture, unsure of the most enchanting route to take next. Thank you for staying with me until the end of this story. If it touched you, don't forget to like and subscribe to Levy Stories. Your support means the world to me and encourages me to bring more impactful, real-life stories just like this one. Stay tuned for more, and I'll see you in the next video.